We must never take it for granted that the historically significant sacrifices made by American military personnel to preserve our nation and the republic for which it stands. As we have seen, these sacrifices are not just part of our distant historic past, but are connected across many generations of Americans. From Fredericksburg to San Juan Hill, from the Argonne Forest to Iwo Jima, from Pork Chop Hill to Khe Sanh, and from Fallujah to Helmand Province. Each succeeding generation, like those who came before them, rose to the challenge of defending our great republic. Many of these Americans were called upon to make the ultimate sacrifice. This historic yet sobering fact vividly illustrates that generational connection is not just an intellectual concept. Generational connection is a very tangible reality. Based on my remarks today, it should be no surprise that this tangible reality has contemporary relevance. Right now, almost 1.5 million American military personnel are serving in assignments around the globe. Many of these persons are serving in potentially hazardous duty locations where they could be called upon to make the ultimate sacrifice on our behalf. To the family and friends of these service members, not to mention the service members themselves, such sacrifice would be of exceptional cost and supreme relevancy. You see, my friends, as the words inscribed on the Korean War Memorial remind us, freedom is not free. And as long as our service members are asked to place themselves in harm's way on our behalf, such potential sacrifice will always be relevant. So before you leave here today, I want to encourage each and every one of you to take some time, walk this hallowed ground, pause beside a grave or a monument, and reflect upon the price that Americans have willingly paid to ensure our great experiment in democracy would continue. It is a price that some may still be called upon to pay, and for this reason, it is the absolute ultimate sacrifice that we must never forget.
For too many people, Memorial Day is merely a day associated with a long weekend away from work, a time to party and hang out with friends and family without any regard for the true meaning of the occasion. All of you could easily be doing any number of other things today, but you chose to be here, and I thank you for your remembrance. What can we do to change this malaise of indifference that is infecting our country? For one, we need to educate or re-educate our children and others around us on the significance of this day of remembrance. Many words will be spoken at services like this one. However, we know that honoring our fallen with words alone falls terribly short if we do not bring those words to life by honoring them equally with deeds worthy of their sacrifice. We will all leave this place, and when the weekend is over, all the flags and buntings and everything will come down off the porches and posts and lampposts around the city. It is then we need to ask ourselves, what more can we do to honor their legacy? How can we give them something more than a ceremony and a moment's gratitude? This city and the surrounding communities face this question head on, and this memorial behind me is in part their enduring response. And in so doing, it also provides the Gold Star families of our community a place of remembrance as well. One small way our family has chosen to remember and honor the fallen is our tradition of watching the movie Taking Chance every Memorial Day. For those who may not be familiar with this movie, it chronicles the experience of Lieutenant Colonel Mike Strobel of USMC in 2004 as he escorts the remains of Lance Corporal Chance Phelps a fallen 19-year-old Marine, across the country to his family in Wyoming. One reason this film has come to mean so much to our family is that that same year, I was the escort for another 19-year-old Marine who did not live to see 20. The Lance Corporal Fernando B. Hannon died 15 August 2004, just a month and a half before his 20th birthday, and I had the honor to escort him home to his family. Another reason is the scene in which Lieutenant Colonel Strobel is told he is Chance Phelps' witness. As Lance Corporal Hannon's witness, I keep this funeral memento that I was given by his family. I keep it next to my bed every night. And if my travels ever take me to California, I try to check on his gravesite to make sure it's taken care of and to leave a coin. Likewise, we as a community have erected this monument. In so doing, have become witnesses for all those whose names are inscribed on it. On this solemn day, please join me in recommitting ourselves to remember and honor our fallen. We must never stop caring for them or their families. They never stopped fighting for us and sacrificing for us, giving their last dying breath for us. It is up to us now to honor them and fulfill the nation's promise to their survivors by carrying on these traditions. These efforts at remembrance are numerous, but some are quite familiar to those who choose not to forget. One example is the poem In Flanders Field, printed in your program, which inspired American professor Moyna Michael to wear a poppy year-round in honor of those who died in World War I. And now various veteran organizations distribute poppies in remembrance of the fallen. When this memorial service draws to a close, another tradition will take place, and you will hear the playing of taps. This song was penned by Brigadier General Daniel Butterfield at Berkeley Plantation, just a few miles from here, when the Army of the Potomac was bivouacked there in July of 1862. To quote O.W. Norton, the bugler who first played this tune, "There's something singularly beautiful and appropriate in the music of this wonderful call. Its strains are melancholy, yet full of rest and peace. Its echoes linger in the heart long after its tones have ceased to vibrate in the air." Thank you again, and may God bless those who have fallen before us, our active duty members, our veterans, their families, and our country.